Memphis Zoo and Overton Park Conservancy halted construction on the zoo's new parking lot in order to consider turning the lot into a parking garage. Contractors have finished about 90% of the project and were about to start cutting down dozens of trees along the Overton Park greensward. But the proposed parking garage would preserve most, if not all, of the trees. Prior plans to add a parking garage, they were actually shot down because of cost, but new technology has significantly lowered the cost.
So now, a controversy that at one point got so ugly it involved protests and even a mediator was brought in. Well, now it's being reopened. So let's go one-on-one now with Local 24 political analyst Otis Sanford to talk more about it. Otis, they were this close to cutting down several trees, as we saw in that video, to make room for expanded parking in Overton Park. And now we have a pause button to explore a parking garage, but it seems all sides are on board. So what's really going on?
Well, it's hard to say what's really going on here, Richard. I mean, I was kind of surprised that the Greensward group would be in favor of even exploring the idea of a parking garage with all of that concrete. I mean, I would think that would be the last thing that they would want to see out there. But if it means saving some trees, maybe they're in favor of that. Okay, look at it, explore it. It's kind of a head scratcher to me as to why they would want that much concrete in a big, tall parking garage right out in the middle of Overton Park.
Well, City Council making lots of news at its last meeting of the year last night. The mayor got his rate increase for the trash pickup, saving all those jobs. MLGW getting its rate increases on water and gas, but not for electricity. What do you make of that?
Well, I think that first, with the increase for sanitation for the trash pickup, that's no surprise. We were told last week that City Council was going to reverse itself on that. I think the mayor put them in a bind, really, when he said we would have to lay off 270 or more sanitation workers. Nobody wanted that to happen. So I'm not surprised by that. As for the MLGW rate increases, I think this council, which a lot of them are going off the council, thought it would be better to do it now and not wait for a new council to do it, because I think that would be much more difficult for the council to get done. So I'm not surprised by all of it, and I think everybody should be happy about this.
And I also have to ask you what you make of billionaire presidential candidate Mike Bloomberg coming to Memphis tomorrow. Happens to be on the same day as the next Democratic debate that he will not be on stage for. What do you think is going on here?
Well, that's a head scratcher as well, Richard, because again, Bloomberg is getting in this very, very late. A lot of Democrats in Memphis and Shelby County have already decided who they are going to support. Joe Biden has the bulk of the support here. Buttigieg has a little. Elizabeth Warren has some. Even Bernie Sanders still has a couple. I just don't know where Bloomberg goes to get votes in Shelby County, so I just don't know why he's doing this, some health care plan in Shelby County. I don't think it makes much sense at all.
Well, they say he wants to make a big splash on the Super Tuesday primary, of which Tennessee is one of those states. We'll see if he makes any kind of dent.
Well, we'll see. I'm just not seeing that he will.
All right. Thank you, Otis. We'll see you Sunday on Local 24 this week.
Thank you.
All right. Very good.